We're going to make America greater than ever before. I appreciate your support. That woman with those beautiful eyes, and she's crying. She's crying because she said, "Sir, you won it the last time," and we did.
You say that Donald Trump was a candidate of stability. Why was Donald Trump, over the last 36 hours on his social media, reposting slogans from QAnon and reposting misogynistic, sexist content about Vice President Harris?
Somehow, some way, Donald Trump is losing it even more. He's becoming more of a complainer than ever before. And I think it's because of one specific reason. And it's because Donald Trump, every single day, is showing how weak he is in this race. He was showing how weak he was when he was afraid to debate Kamala Harris on ABC, which I think he still is. He's very clearly still afraid to debate her. And I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't find a way to try to drop out of that debate, showing how Donald Trump is. He's trying to attack Kamala Harris, saying that she's afraid to interview or to debate him. Just again, complete projection from Donald Trump, because he knows he's losing in this race, and his whole political identity is built around being strong, being a winner, being tough, which is not true. Donald Trump is an insecure bully. That's who he's always been. But he has to project like he's strong, which he is not. And he's showing us more and more of that every day. It's why he's so stuck in the past. It's why he's so focused on the past. Because that's a place where he felt like he was coming from a position of strength. And that is no longer the case. And Donald Trump, his focus on the past, has led him to unravel more and more as he loses a grip on this current reality in which he is losing. And it freaks him out. And that's why we see crazy episodes from Donald Trump, like we are about to check out, that was caught on camera, really showing how far behind he knows he is in this race. And it's just Donald Trump to completely panic. But before we check that out, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video and hit that subscribe button. It really goes a long way in supporting this channel. Now let's check out this clip of Donald Trump.
We're going to make America greater than ever before. I appreciate your support. That woman with those beautiful eyes, and she's crying. She's crying because she said, "Sir, you won it the last time," and we did. He won it the last time too, by the way. I'll be honest. He's less controversial than me. He may not want, but he won it the last time. But he's doing great anyway. John is doing great. Thank you all very much. We appreciate it. Enjoy the pizza. Okay.
I think this clip is really important because Donald Trump still denying the 2020 election again shows how caught up in the past he is Donald Trump's political identity. Well, it's also been about him projecting this sense of strength that isn't true. It's also been about grievance. And to care about grievance and to have grievance is, of course, you have to be focused on the past, which Donald Trump is. He's still mad about the 2020 election, the most secure election in our history, which he lost. And so he's still talking about it. And not only is he still upset about losing to President Biden, he's still upset that he's not running against President Biden. He's been over the past 40 days unable to change his focus. From the fact that he's no longer running against President Biden in this race to focus on running against Kamala Harris, that he's just caught up in this state of shock that he still exists in. And it's why, in my opinion, Donald Trump is really losing it, because he doesn't know how to define Kamala Harris. He doesn't know how to run this race. And so he just kind of feels himself flailing. And when he does that, when he has his back up against the wall, that is when he tries to play to his base more. That's when he tries to really go off the rails and won't listen to anyone, except the anger that he feels inside of him. And that's why this clip that was caught on camera is so damaging to Donald Trump.
But disappointing. Can you imagine? He's on vacation in California. They basically take away his nomination. Nobody's ever seen anything like that before. So he leaves and goes on vacation. He got 14. In all fairness to him, I'm no fan of Sleepy Joe, believe me. But he got 14 million votes. He got no votes, and they took it away. And, you know, they did the same thing. We signed up RFK, who's great. He's a good guy. Got so many votes. But they wouldn't let him compete. They wouldn't let him. If he competed as a Democrat, he would have won. I think he would have won the nomination over. Then I would have had to run against him. I'd rather run against these people. But, you know, it's just one of those things. But
Donald Trump just admitted it. He's disappointed his own word that he's not running against President Biden anymore. And of course, polling is fickle. So the polling that showed a tight race between Joe Biden and Donald Trump didn't mean that President Biden couldn't have beat him. But we can clearly see that KLA Harris is surging right now, in a way that President Biden wasn't necessarily in the polls, and Donald Trump feels like he is more behind right now than he has ever been at any point in this race. And that's why he is appearing so weak, because he doesn't know what to do. And that's not only destructive to Donald Trump, because it makes him unravel, but when MAGA sees him as weak, they leave his side. They're no longer as strongly committed to the cult as they used to be. And we see that in polling enthusiasm for Donald Trump is dropping significantly amongst those hardcore Republican voters, while it continues to shoot up amongst Democrats who are excited about this joyful campaign that KLA Harris is running, focused on the future, while Donald Trump is focused on the past. And again, Donald Trump doesn't know how to run against KLA Harris. So he continues to make these ridiculous attacks on her, claiming, of course, that she's too afraid to do an interview, which doesn't make any sense. KLA Harris has done an interview with Dana Bash. But before she did that interview, Donald Trump was tweeting out pleading that CNN would, I guess, come down hard on Kamala Harris during that interview. That they'd ask her tough questions like, she's not able to handle that, but of course she is and she was, and Donald Trump isn't. But before we go any further, I just want to read this ridiculous post that just shows how much Donald Trump is breaking down. Donald Trump on Truth Social posted Dana Bash of CNN has a chance at greatness today. If she gave a fair but tough interview of Comrade Kamala Harris, she will expose her as being totally inept and ill-suited for the job of president. Much as I exposed crooked Joe Biden during our now famous debate, how cool would that be for Dana and CNN? Also, the interview should not have Tim Walz present to help with the inevitable Kamala stumbles, and under no circumstances should the transcript be allowed to be changed in any way, shape or form. Dana and Jake were fair but firm in my CNN debate with Joe Biden. This is a chance for Dana Bash to reach real stardom, while at the same time doing a great service to our now failing country. Good luck, Dana. Do the right thing. Donald Trump just praying that anything goes badly for the Kamala Harris campaign, which of course it didn't in that very successful interview for KLA Harris. And it is the opposite for Donald Trump, who, whenever he is put on the spot, or not even when he's just having softball campaign events, something appears to go wrong. Something appears to backfire. And that's exactly what happened when another moment was caught on camera during a Donald Trump campaign stop, in which he was delivering pizza, and was really discovered that that wasn't true. A post from the account Patriot Takes pointed out that in a campaign stop, Donald Trump was re-delivering pizzas again for a photo op. Trump enters holding 2 pizza boxes. One appears opened already. You can see the already delivered pizzas on the table behind him, but he's done the stunt before. So it shouldn't be a surprise what type of guy fake delivers pizzas. It's just these are the small things that I sometimes think other people see as insignificant or not important in this race, that it's kind of hokey. Why are we pointing that out? Those aren't the real issues? Let's talk about each candidate's agenda, but this just shows who Donald Trump is. This just shows that he is a person who doesn't want to do anything for anyone else. Of course, he's completely selfish, but he wants the credit of someone who is selfless. He wants the credit of someone who thinks ahead and says, you know what, maybe I get some pizzas, maybe I'd be nice, maybe at this campaign stop, I think ahead and think about other people. No, of course, Donald Trump would never do that, but he wants the credit for doing so. And I think it's just so funny that Trump, he can't even do a photo op, right? At this point, no matter what's posted, it instantly backfires. And especially when Donald Trump is doing the posting, because of course he has been on this crazy tirade of insane truth. Social posts which were called out, and his spokesperson tried to defend it, but she really couldn't. But let's check that out in this clip.
You say that Donald Trump was a candidate of stability. Why was Donald Trump, over the last 36 hours on his social media, reposting slogans from QAnon and reposting misogynistic, sexist content about Vice President Harris?
Well, look, I don't think your viewers at home are concerned about social media posts. I think they are concerned with the news of the day. And the news of the day is that a Venezuelan illegal immigrant crime gang has taken over a hotel in rural Colorado because of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden's open border policies. The news of the day is that, again, gasoline prices are 50% higher today than they were under Donald Trump. The news of the day, as a new mother.
Do you know why he reposted that content?
I haven't been able to talk to President Trump yet this morning because he's calling into media interviews, unlike Kamala Harris, who has been avoiding the press for more than 40 days.
We just continue to hear the same old tired talking points for MAGA. I don't know why they think that they can claim that KLA Harris is afraid to do an interview after she did that. She's afraid to debate when she was the one actually committed to any time, anywhere, any place. When Donald Trump was trying to get out of the ABC debate, I don't know why they think they can push this talking point of KLA Harris as someone who is afraid when she's displayed in her entire career that she is fearless, and Donald Trump is clearly the one who is insecure. Insecure about everything. Insecure about losing the 2020 election, insecure about his loss upcoming in November, insecure about really just every element of himself. That's why he's a bully. And that's why he brought division to our country. Division that we cannot go back to, as KLA Harris always says, or not going back. But I think this is important to talk about all of this together, because it just shows who Donald Trump is, a person incapable of being president again. Someone who never should have been president, but we should certainly not allow to win a second term. And so we are going to keep calling them out every day on the show. And if you want to support that work, as always, you can hit that subscribe button and leave a like on this video. The support really goes a long way, and it means the world to me. And until next time, I'll see you soon.